Right, welcome to the Pole channel today. We are back on F1 2021 and today I am going to be playing some... I already said that. I am going to be driving around Hungary, or Hungary. Anyway, however you say it. This was terrible, is what it was. This was terrible. The car felt like a boat. I mean, on the softs, the first part of the lap, it didn't feel like a boat. But the second sector is where every bit of time was lost because of how much understeer boats get, you know. And these two curbs, I got a twitch or oversteer. You know, I ran over the curbs. Could have damaged floor going across that. Another gust of wind definitely must have hit me there. And the main thing which you're gonna notice is, if you look at the bottom there, you'll see that Mercedes car. How much better it is than the almighty Puggle machine. Look at it, it's gained. It's gained so much in the time of me doing my first lap. And here we go for the end, and that is P5, which eventually gets me down to P18. I think this is the second lap. I want to point this out. I have 2 shots. This is the full qualifying. So this, I just need 15th place. That's all we need. So yeah, and I think my teammate was 21st, which is truly horrible. And I just get this tank of understeer, which means I couldn't make that first corner. That's lost me a heap of time, as you can see from the top of there. But I have done better so far. And through here, nearly lost it again. That section is painful. If you lose the back end, you're done. Yeah, you're going off. And so far I've got 2 green sectors, which is pretty decent. Gaining 0.7 seconds around here, which is good for the car, which is understeering like a boat. And hopefully now we might be pushing our way to P15, maybe even 14th. Like this lap does feel quick. I reckon it's probably a good P12 maybe. No, P15. P15. Right. This is our final lap, obviously. I did not realise it was my final lap. That's good. I think. And I'm already slow. This is already a slow run. Hit the apex there. That has pushed me into the good times. Now, this time I've done better, but I've had to lift off through there, meaning I've lost a bit of time. But the time actually gone up. This time I didn't get understeer, but I have gone onto the grass. I want to point out, I got red first sector. I don't remember going below the time I've got. Once again, going wide. Heavy braking. Nearly hitting there. And again, it's another red sector, which is unbelievable, really. And more understeer. Oh, it's not a very good lap now. Understeering again. Going into the last corner. Once again, understeer. And oh, this lap has not been a good one. So now we go on to qualifying.
It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of the Formula One World Championship. We don't expect too many retirements at this track. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Vettel, Lance Stroll and Raikkonen, Russell, Giovinazzi, Lando Norris and Wang, Mick Schumacher, Latifi, Markelov and Nikita Mazepin. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Now then, here we go. 5 red lights, and away we go. This is a good-ish launch, but then again, bogging down Norris, unfortunately, got to this point. Schumacher doing a weird swerve from the angle that I was at. Now, if in doubt, send it down the inside, you know? That doesn't rhyme, but, you know. You know what I meant. We've got Russell to our outside. This is dangerous, Russell. And here we go to Norris. Oh, it's 3 wide. 3 wide going into the corner of second. And into third. Russell is still on our outside, but we've pushed him off. And now the 2 Brits can have a fight. Actually, I am British. Oh, that was a good British fight right there. And now don't go on that curb. That's why I turned out. You just spin. You put too much wheel. And Norris has just sent one down the inside. He's gone round out. Stroll, I didn't miss the corner, I promise. Once again, FIA doing their best jobs. And once again, I'm all out of shape in this corner. Out of these corners, I messed up my line and meant that now... Wait, Norris? Norris is dropped back. Okay. Now, all I want is... This is the new thing, so... My original rival was Giovinazzi, but, you know, I'm so good at this game that, you know, that was an easy win. Now, I had limited choices, and I picked Stroll. So, that is my only goal now. Beat Stroll. Now, getting the toe. Oh, it's strong down here. Better ERS. Think about the dive. I'm going for it. Down the inside. Simple move. And now tucked in behind Giovinazzi. That's one move done. That's Stroll out the way. I've touched the curb. Turned out of it. Thought that would be a dangerous one. And then this is the dirty air effect. It does this to the car now. I am going to have chronic understeer. Oh, touch the curb. Don't go on that. That's always the worst idea. And now here we go. And once again, mixing the corner. FIA doing the best job they can do. Obviously, Hamilton was doing something else at the front. Probably dangerous driving. Now, I don't know where we're on the track. Why was I not? I should have kept my finger on the lining. Onto turn 12 into 13. Giovinazzi once again pulling away. And trying to get the best amount of power out of the corner. Here we go for the third lap. Once again, Giovinazzi just pulling away. Every straight we get to, Giovinazzi pulling. And again, you can see Stroll behind me. He is still close. He's winning DRS. I think about the dive. I think twice. There's always dreadful things that go on between me and Giovinazzi. No examples intended. Now, here we go into a corner off sector 1, you know. And Stroll is still there. He's still in the 0.5. Here we go. Now he is in 0.1. He's gaining. He's going... Think about the outside line, but I somehow make that corner work. Pretty good at myself right there. But then we got to go in wide. He's thinking about the dive. There he is. He's going for the dive. There was a collision. That was not my fault. I now have floor damage. It's always the worst. But for some, not for some reason. There's a reason. The car now feels lighter, which is also very good. As I'm gonna once again show, because I'm in front of Norris, and definitely, yep, did the corner right. That's how you enter the pit lane. And me, Russell and Mazepin, all from the back, going in early-ish, right to the end, and this time, pit stop's going well. 2.9 and George Russell has jumped.
Let's get some heat into those tires.
This is just not a good sign. And I never trust the game after what track is it where it lets you out into the corner. Oh, it's Baku. By the time you're thinking about braking, you should already be braking. This is just how the game lets you out. And now I'm all over the gaff.
We think
The
underbody
dirty air is
has
just
some
not
slight
doing the
damage,
car
but
right.
nothing too serious.
I say that I have done that corner pretty well. Nope, I haven't. No, I know bad ideas. And we're just gonna speed this up because nothing really happened. Apart from George still peeing in that second. But now you can see yellow sectors! Oh no, what's happened? Who is it? Oh, it's Tsunoda. He stopped on the track. Has he stopped? Has he? I think he's still moving. He's definitely still moving. There's green flags still. Oh no, it's still yellow. Now Raikkonen is into the pit lane. Wait, I swear Raikkonen came in for pits. He must have damage. Anyway, now that confusion has led me a bit closer to George, but that wideness of that corner just didn't help me. And I've got an abundance of ERS, and somehow Schumacher has got in front of my teammate. I should just stop hiring his teammate guy. He's not doing the teaming right. That's a green first sector. And oh, that nearly lost the back end there. And this little turn 6 and 7. You don't want to mess it up or else you go wide. Oh, the safety car has come out just as I was explaining.
The officials are deploying the safety car.
Now the corner.
Being stopped on track.
The safety car has now come out, which is good time. Tsunoda has been disqualified. Very good. I presume that's because he stopped on the track. I don't know. You know. And then we've also got this falafel. Alonso is here. I don't know how Alonso's made it here. I thought he was further up the road, but he's not. It's a strange world this is. And I did think about it. I thought maybe the pit stop onto the softs is an idea, but then there'd be just no real reason. The mediums, they're fresh and new. The mediums in testings, they were pretty good for a little bit of time. And obviously safety car's out for 3 laps, so no it's not. I mean it is not. It is. 3 laps off my tyres and already I've done terrible. Off this start, and we're racing again, and I have gained no time, but Schumacher behind, he has gained time. The dive is sort of, but again, terrible idea. Wide again. I'm surprised I'm not getting these penalties. I think at this point I was on 2 strikes, so there was no reason of risking a penalty. And once again, wide. The dirty air effect is not helping me. But the little sector there, turns 4, very good for the car on the occasion. Now these mediums, first of all, I didn't have the tyres the right temperature, so I've got this little lot of oversteer. Now, as you can see in front, we have Alonso, Russell, I think that's Ocon, and then there's an Alpha, I presume, of Giovinazzi. And that's a train forming. When a train forms, that's when you're living. It's an easy way to catch. Because they'll be fighting, and they won't be passing. So, you know. And now we skip on to lap 16, where Giovinazzi has 5 seconds. I think he caused a collision. I don't know with who. We've also got Mr. Schumacher behind me, gaining. He's been working a storm right here. I've been losing time to Russell. He's been working a storm. Giovinazzi's got a penalty. I go ridiculously wide. And because the FIA are soft, even though I'm on strict rules, that manoeuvre out there is fine. Now use as much ERS as possible. Pull the gap from Schumacher, and we have. Going on to our final lap. I'm going to take you a lap around the Hungaroring, however you want to pronounce it again. Lap.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
into turns 2. Hopefully this is a good lap, so I should have minimal understeer. Turns 3, and as you can see how much ERS I've used to pull away from Schumacher. No, never mind. I thought this lap was good. It's already gone. It's gone badly. When you've also got to realise, because Giovinazzi has his 5-second penalty, I've just got to stay within 5 seconds. Which does unfortunately mean I think my teammates will not get the jump, which is unfortunate. Oh, Lewis Hamilton has won, unfortunately. And here we go for the last little bit. At this point I was like, the car is understeering like a goat. There's just no turning. I've got nothing else, and I'm very glad that I finished with... Actually, no, I had damage.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
It's got to be Lando Norris, hasn't it? Smooth, confident and assured. I've got no doubt that he and his team are going to be over the moon with his performance today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to...
Thank you very much for watching, and until next time...